Hi, how you doing? My name is John Crump, and this is John Crump News. Today we're going to be talking about how California and Giffords got their asses handed to them in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is great because the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals usually doesn't rule for us. It looks like Rich might be having a little bit of issues with his camera, but that is fine. How are you doing, Rich? Let's
I
see.
am so pretty. I'm sorry for denying you the look at my face.
That's all right.
All right.
All right, we're going to be talking about a case called California versus ATF, and this is a case challenging the ghost gun rule, which is currently enjoined, if you're a member of SAF and whatever, out of Texas. But the case was filed a few years ago against the ghost gun rule, not because the PMF rule was too strict, but they said it was too lenient. In fact, they had a problem with a specific part of it, and that was the determination from example 4 that 80% AR-15s do not fall in a category of a finished frame because of the amount of work that has to be done. So California and them sued over the ATF saying those are still not considered firearms. Originally, it went to a district court judge, which did issue summary judgment for California and Giffords. So the ATF appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which fortunately is a good thing. The judge that ruled for Giffords in California, his name is Edward Chen, and he's just a district court judge who's a very anti-gun district court judge. So this went up to a 3-judge panel in California, and they got absolutely smacked down. The 3-judge panel ruled that that they didn't have standing to bring the lawsuit in the first place. I'm gonna give you the TLDR right now, then I'll break it down a little bit more. And remanded the case back down to the district court to issue a ruling dismissing the case without prejudice, which means it can be refiled because they lack standing. Now let's talk about why they lack standing. Is because they had evidentiary failures.
Ouch. That's like lawyering 101.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they try to argue that it's going to cost them more money and everything else, and they got knocked that down. Because the judge said, the panel said, well, most of these expenditures and activities predated the rule, so where's the harm? Because it's not actually adding anything new. So like, oh, because you're not going to ban these, it's going to cost us more money. It's like, well, it's not like they unbanned them and it cost you more money. They were never banned to begin with.
Okay.
So that was the first one.
All right. So can we do the TLDR on this? I want to make sure I got
I just did that.
So basically, California got a summary judgment saying 80% ARs are bad. The ATF appealed that and got it swung the other way.
Yeah, the ATF appealed that to the 3-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit said they don't have standing to sue, dismissed the case because they had evidentiary failures. Those failures include.
Crumpy, did you hack the ATF legal system?
No.
Okay.
The failures include what I just gave you, and plus that they gave, like, all their evidence was about PMS, not really about AR-15s or AR-15 PMS, just PMS in general. And they're like, that's too general. And the post rule data, uh, basically, they wanted to show that the rule on regular, like handgun PMS, were working, and they use that by using LA's post rule data. Now this is funny because they said since the rules passed, the percentage of handguns recovered in LA that are PMS has dropped dramatically.
So you're telling me the criminals are like, oh my gosh, I have to abide by this law.
Okay, let me just say, before the rule, guess the percentage of guns that were recovered that were PMS or
3%.
California, 9%.
Nine. Oh, okay.
So this dramatic drop, throw out a percentage.
0.01%.
So it was 9% before the rule, and now and like the year after the rule was 8%.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Not that 9% is an incredibly small number to begin with. So
But can we talk about definitions here, because this is something that annoys me. So when they consider something a ghost gun, it could have been made by Beretta, by Glock, by
yeah,
whoever,
obfuscated. Yeah.
and the serial number gets ground away.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, exactly. But also, like the number is
Statistically insignificant.
it's really statistically insignificant.
And
Um,
it could be they stopped counting obliterated serial numbers.
uh, no, but I, mean, I don't think they did that. But then it would drop a lot more. But yeah, so I'm going just gonna do like a quick percentage of so uh, basically, what the hell am I saying?
So do we know? All right, percentage is one thing, but do we know the count?
Yeah, so basically, the year before ghost guns were banned. Uh, it was 687 were recovered,
Okay.
and they're saying the it was a dramatic increase because they really recovered 611, which is probably just the random fluctuation. So the court was like, that's not really showing anything. And in fact, the court said, this doesn't actually help your case, it actually undercuts your case.
But again, you're counting on criminals saying, "Ooh, I criminal on a daily
I
basis, but
know.
I'm not going to criminal that extra little bit."
I know. I know. But I'm just saying. So they actually uncutted the case.
Hmm.
And then they said there's no concrete evidence showing that third parties would predictably increase the use of the 80% AR-15s, because what California and Giffords try to argue is now that like polymer 80 frames were basically banned for transfer, with the kits and everything, that criminals were going to start using 80% AR-15s, and they made that statement in their arguments, but they never gave any evidence to actually show that.
And again, my favorite statistic concerning AR-15s is all gun deaths in this country by long guns, which is shotguns, bolt action rifles, other semi automatics, and AR-15s, is statistically about 400 deaths a year.
Yeah, they California originally tried to claim that they had a quasi sovereign interest in this, and also interference with law enforcement, but that looked like the court was going to absolutely skewer them on that, so they went ahead and blocked that as well. And the panel said, The panel check, we reject an attempt to manufacture standing via self-inflicted cost based on fears of hypothetical future harm.
Wow.
So basically, this is going to go back to the district court, and the judge is going to have to dismiss the case. I don't think that they're going to appeal. Well, they really can't appeal the dismissal. Well, they could, but they could appeal. Not really appeal, but they can ask for an en banc, which the full bench of the Ninth Circuit would take the case. And the Ninth Circuit is an interesting animal here because every other circuit in the country has like 16 judges. So if you ask for en banc, all 16 judges hear it. California has a lot more than that. So the en banc panel is made up of 16 random judges. So it's the only the only circuit in the country like that.
So there's 2 layers of en banc.
Well, there's only one layer of en banc, but
Okay.
who's sitting on the en banc
Okay.
is.
I didn't know if there. I thought there was a petite
unique.
and then a grand en banc.
No, like whoever, whatever it is. So if they don't ask for an en banc, what would happen is they will go back to the district court. It will be dismissed. And it's really important to keep in mind that it's being dismissed without prejudice, which means California and Giffords can go ahead and refile. If it's with prejudice, it means it's over. You can never refile again.
Right, right.
But this was without prejudice, so they can go back.
I like wins cut in concrete. I like them, with prejudice, but I'll take it. Was this a 6-3 Supreme Court decision?
No, it was not a 9-0 Supreme Court
9-0
decision
either?
from a year ago that someone wrote about. That was.
I would have to be armed and scholarly to do that kind of thing.
Don't know what you're talking about, Rich.
Hmm.
Don't know what you're talking about. I'm always going to say that. So, yeah. So there you go. Yes, I've been getting questions about this 9-0 decision that just recently came out by the Supreme Court that knocked down nationwide injunctions. I was like, what are you talking about? That was like a year ago. There's no recent decision. The Supreme Court's not even in session. So someone sent me a video. I was like, oh. It's like, no, that happened June of 2025.
Got to get them clicks and ad reads.
I don't know. But yeah, so if you hear that going around because people are talking about it, it's June of 2025. That's Trump versus Casa. Yeah, you were in the chat when someone mentioned it. I was like, what?
Yep.
Yeah, but this is a win. Standing is something that they always try to attack us on. Like in my case in Virginia, they try to attack me for not having standing, but obviously I had standing. So standing is something that they use against us, but we can use for them. So Giffords in California have lost a bunch of taxpayers' money on this case, and if they don't ask for en banc, they basically have to start over and refile. And also, if you guys don't know what today is, I'm just going to wrap up with this. It's the anniversary of Ruby Ridge.
Ooh. Oh, is that why Walt's cutting barrels on shotguns today?
I don't know.
Walt is commemorating that. So that is where an ATF agent baited, what was the fellow's name?
A CI, an ATF.
ATF confidential informant.
Baited Randy Reaver into cutting a shotgun down by 1 inch that was less than 1 inch less, and they ended up killing his wife and son.
And dog, right?
And dog. Yep.
And today, Walt's doing that in his shop without paperwork.
I know.
I think we need to play the outro in honor of Randy Weaver.
We can do that. So, it is the anniversary of Ruby Ridge today. And you got to remember how his Yeah, there was a the overall length and this. Yep,
That's why I have a small dog, small target.
yep.
I woke her up from a dead sleep. She's growling at me.
No problem, LA Vino Latino. Yeah, they shot his kids. Yep. Basically, the kid was hunting with his dog. ATF agent was in camo, saw him, and shot the dog. So the kid fired back because someone was shooting at him, right? And then they shot and killed him. And no one was ever held responsible for that. And then they shot his wife as she was carrying their baby
That
and taunted him. Yep, in a ghillie suit. Yep, in ghillie suit. And they taunted him. The mom was on the porch, yes. One of the biggest miscarriages of justice ever. So I think we will play out with that. So that's it. We're gonna play out with my the video that I commissioned to play. But yep, uh, I think that's it. So we're gonna get out of here. This is a victory for 2A.
so no word from the ATF today on any guidance.
I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon.
So I'm just gonna do what free men do, and
Yep.
don't do what I say, or don't do what I do.
Yep. I might have a video later on I was gonna do today. But yeah. I will see you guys later. And we'll play the video out. It's 3 minutes, 22 seconds, but it's really worth it. In honor of Randy Reaver and all the lives lost to overzealous ATF agents. Here we go.